Hello and welcome back to my channel. This video on my trip to Phuket was filmed in June 2023 and I'm only editing it now towards the end of 2024 as I completely forgot about it. I actually flew to Phuket on Batik Air via KL, which was my first time flying on the 737 MAX. I didn't manage to film too much of that part as, to be very honest, there wasn't nothing too special about the flight. Back when I was filming this video, there were quite a number of technical difficulties with my GoPro camera as I was trying out a new mic mod. But unfortunately, a lot of the audio just really went to waste as it was all really muffled, as I'm guessing it wasn't really connected properly. So hence this voiceover. In this trip, I stayed at the Pullman at Naithon beach. It was a really nice hotel. Even editing this 1.5 years later, I still have really good impressions of this hotel. As you can see from this lobby, which overlooks the beach, Naithon beach, where you can see all the waves over there, which are relatively strong. It's a very windy and an open air lobby, which sort of adds to the atmosphere of being in Phuket itself. There are two Pullman hotels in Phuket. There's one that's nearer to Patong Beach, which is the more lively area that has more clubs and more nightlife. I'm staying in a much more quieter area by the beach, as it's more serene and peaceful and what I would prefer. The hotel is also built on a slope, so they have these buggies with no doors that will transport you throughout the entire hotel. So if you're unable to climb up all these steep hills, you can just ring for a buggy service and they will come and pick you up and send you to anywhere in the hotel. So now I'm just opening the door to room 533, which is my room, and you can see how the room looks like on bookings.com and the price it goes for. I see it in June, so what I'm showing here is the price in December. So now I'll just give you a little bit of a room tour. Well, first impressions, it is a really spacious room. You have an entire area dedicated to storing your valuables and where you can place your luggage upon arriving. They have a bathrobe, they even have an umbrella for you to use throughout the course of your stay. And it's overall just a really spacious place. Oh yeah, there are towels that you can bring to the pool or to the beach, and they even provide a very luxurious, spacious bag. Onto the bathroom, you have a really nice bathtub. A more open concept I would say, but there's a sliding door for privacy. And of course, a really spacious bathtub. Well, the sliding door was a little bit hard to pull open, but it did work. Yes, it did work. Yeah, and you have your typical toiletries, the cups, and the shower area and the toilet or toilet bowl, whichever you call it. It's all separate, much like many luxurious resorts, like in MBS where I've stayed in the past. The shower was really comfortable from what I remember after using it, and here we have the separate area for your business. And nothing much to say about it. And behind this area you have, I think it's a heater, if I'm not wrong. Onto the other aspects of the room. So now we're looking at the minibar, and all the items in the minibar are actually included in the price, so technically it's complimentary. They have some beer and some soft drinks available, and I don't think these snacks are actually included in the price, but it's good that the drinks in the minibar are. You have many types of crockery, glasses for your wines. You have a coffee machine, an espresso machine, a kettle, and this very intricate piece of art. A very standard flat screen TV and a very, very comfortable bed. Moving on, you have a JBL speaker which I managed to use. It was really loud as well. And also you have another drawer, and that looks like a Bible. Is that a Bible? Oh no, it's a Buddhist text. And over here you have the in-room dining menu, which I did not order anything from the in-room dining menu. I actually ordered from Grab, and I paid, I believe it was 1,000 baht for them to send it up from the lobby to my room, which was, I would say, I didn't mind paying a little bit extra, as the delivery fee wasn't too expensive as well. And Grab food was a really good way for me to just order in food from multiple places without having to even travel out of my own hotel. Okay, so now let's take a look at the balcony and the view that we have here facing the Andaman Sea. It's a smoking area. You can see an ashtray in the center over there. I didn't really spend too much time out here because there were quite a number of insects, mosquitoes and flies, so it's advisable to keep the door closed at all times. But nonetheless, it's a really nice view, and I managed to take quite a number of time lapses here. I'll show you one of the sunset later on. You're just facing the Andaman Sea, and you have multiple resorts in the far distance over there. But one sad fact about this place was that this is actually the coast that was hit by the Indian Ocean tsunami in the past, but I don't think the resort was built back then. This is still a relatively new resort. Oh yes, and knowing that Phuket is a really humid place, when I left the balcony door open for a period of time, I slowly realized that there was a lot of water that was condensing on the floor of my room, and also on various surfaces, the tabletops and also the balcony window. Other than that issue, there wasn't really anything else to complain about with regards to the room. It was a really nice place. Now that we've done the room tour, I just want to bring you around the hotel with a lot of amenities and facilities. As for the facilities of the hotel, there were quite a number of swimming pools. There's one that's located in front of the lobby, as you have seen earlier on. There's also another one that's located on a roof near a tsunami evacuation shelter that I'll show you later on. There's also a gym right below that area, and there's also a kids' playroom. It's a multi-story one, and a huge playground smack in the center. There are really a lot of stairs around the area, so it's not really that wheelchair friendly of a place. This area over here is the gym and the kids club. There's also a swimming pool situated on the roof, or close to the roof. It's also the tsunami evacuation area. Next to this place is another swimming pool over here, which overlooks the entire area, and it's really nice. You can also order drinks from the poolside bar that will be delivered right to where you're sitting, and it's just a really nice place to just relax and admire the scenery. The gym is also pretty scenic as it's located right below this tsunami evacuation area, and it also overlooks the entire rainforest area. The waves here do seem to be pretty rough. So what you're seeing here is the Andaman Sea, which is basically the Indian Ocean. So do watch your footing here, as it can be pretty slippery. So this pathway over here is the link that goes to Naithon Beach, which is really slippery and steep, but nonetheless an adventure. There aren't too many things around the hotel, just a few restaurants and a few convenience stores. Some of these restaurants here, along with the convenience stores, are somewhat expensive and are clearly dedicated to the tourists around the area. So in my opinion, it would be better to order food via GrabFood, or to just take a Grab ride to the city area that has more restaurants and nightlife if you are there for that. So this sort of wraps up what I will be doing for day 1. This was a 4-day 3-night holiday which I will condense in this video. So tomorrow I will be heading to Kai Nui, one of those islands there, for snorkeling, and you'll see some footage right before my GoPro was damaged by the seawater. So just enjoy this time lapse of the sunset. Good morning, and it's actually the 3rd day of my holiday here. The snorkeling was originally supposed to be on day 2 but was called off due to bad weather. The issue with staying at Naithon Beach is that it's relatively far, so I booked this snorkeling tour on Klook, and they do offer pickup services, but they charge extra for pickup services from Naithon, so it was just cheaper to get a Grab down to where the boat would depart from. But it was a really grueling 1.5 hour journey down the bumpy roads of Phuket to get to the area where the boat departed. But nonetheless, I feel that the snorkeling experience did make up for it. Whereas now I'm just trying on this max lens mod for the snorkeling, so it should increase the field vision of the camera. So now we're at the area where the boat will send us and bring us around the islands. It's actually a tour, so there is a tour guide. It's in a place called Koh Sireh, which is pretty far away as you can see on Google Maps. Over 1 hour plus just to get to this place here. This area is a more rustic area of Phuket, as there is a sea gypsy town nearby, just in front over there, and there are some hotels like the Westin actually around this area. They even have a store that allows you to just get whatever you need before going snorkeling, in case you have left anything behind. Quite a number of things that they're selling here, and somewhat expensive, definitely for tourists. They were also selling cat food. They said that there'll be cats on the island because Kai means cat, but we didn't really come across any cats at all in the first place actually. So just in front, these are the sea gypsy villages. You can see all the old fishing boats. So the area that we actually crossed into earlier on was Phuket town. And now it's about 1 PM and the boat only departs at around 1:30. So we're just gonna wait here for a while. I'm not sure which one it is lah. Alright, so I found a really lovely spot on Kai Nui Island on a deck chair, and you actually have to pay to use the deck chairs on some islands, as well as there are quite a number of locals that come to you that are touting for their respective services. Some offer jet skiing and many other things, the respective islands. It is also quite crowded with tourists on some places. Some places are definitely more quiet than others. You are actually allowed to just snorkel around on various islands where the guide would tell you where you can actually venture into and where you actually can't. The tour provides snorkeling equipment as well, such as the goggles, and they also do provide life jackets, which are highly recommended but not compulsory for everybody. One danger when it comes to snorkeling over here, or rather the only danger, is that there are quite a number of sea urchins that lay in quite shallow areas. You'll see them later on, so just be careful to not get your feet in contact with any of them, as it can be quite dangerous, as some of them are venomous if I'm not wrong. There are also many tours. There are some luxury tours where you can go on yachts that will also bring you to the same places, but of course for a much higher price, and there are quite a number of fishing tours available. For this entire tour, which brought me to 3 islands and back to the mainland, it only costed me 30 Singapore dollars per adult, so it was definitely very worth it. So enough talking, just enjoy the footage of the snorkeling.
Not feeling good. Ever seasick, right? Okay. So now the low season. Now the low season from May to November. The low season. There's sometimes too much of raining. There's sometimes very big wave here. But today it's okay. It's good weather today. You are lucky day today. All right. Okay. So now we end the trip already for 3 islands. The first island, Kai Nai. The second, Kai Nui, and last one, Kai No. Okay.
Well, just as you have heard, there was the guide in the background, and this marks the end of the snorkeling tour. It was a really well planned tour by the tour agency, and we booked this all through Klook. I wish I was sponsored, but unfortunately I'm not. All in all, it was definitely pretty worth it for the price we paid. I'll put a link down to this tour in the description box down below. And now we are making our way back to the hotel. So this sort of wraps up the video, and I'll just conclude the video with this takeoff from Phuket. A very nice takeoff around the sunset. So all in all, it was sad that my GoPro was damaged due to the seawater that came in and flooded the battery compartment after the footage you saw just now, which actually corroded the motherboard of the GoPro. Well, so the rest of the video was filmed using my phone. So as a whole, it was a really fast, the 4 days felt really fast, and I really enjoyed my time there. From the hotel, which I'll put a link down in the description box, hotel to the tours, to just relaxing in the resort. It was a really relaxing and chill holiday, and something that I would definitely go about again. As for the snorkeling tour, I felt that I may not want to go back there again, as you know, since I've been to those islands, I would want to explore other islands like the Phi Islands. Well, I definitely hope you enjoyed this relatively impromptu video. By the time you're seeing this, I will upload this around the end of November. After this video, there will be about quite a number of videos on my trips in December 2024 that will be coming out. I'll be visiting quite a number of places for the entire month of December, from Europe to Asia. Quite a number of places, so pretty excited for all those trips upcoming. So if you haven't, do click that subscribe button down below and stay tuned for all these upcoming videos that will be coming your way somewhere at the end, somewhere in the middle of December, all the way till next year. With that, I shall end the video with this climb out of Phuket, and I hope to see you sometime in the future.